Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Tunkhannock area Tigers soccer. Mark Stroney, the head coach, joining us right now. Well, Mark, welcome into the show. And well, you're on a roll right now. This team's playing pretty well. The league's pretty darn competitive though this year, but the Tigers playing some good soccer.
Yeah, we're doing better than I expected. We have an additional exchange student this year that has helped with the goal scoring category, and my other senior, Drew Tenna. They've just been combining well together and getting goals in important matches, which is always a plus for our team. And it's probably the first time that Tunkhannock has ever been on top of the table in the Wyoming Valley Soccer Conference. So it's a new experience for all of the soccer players on the team, and so they're enthusiastic. Hopefully we continue with our momentum for the rest of the season and bring that along into district play, which is to me is more important in a sense than winning a league title. You get to play a lot more matches if you do well in districts. So that's our goal, hopefully, this season.
Mark, let's go through your coaching career, and it seems as wherever you go, you're a winner, and your teams tend to be winners, and you have a lot of respect from the people around the league and the coaches. And talking to a few of them over the weekend are like, man, that Mark Stroney, he knows what he's doing. Even some of the players on these other teams, they know that you're very, very tactical, and you get the most out of your kids.
Yeah, I feel very old now when I see players' kids, former players of mine, or opposing teams. When I see their son or daughter on teams, I really I'm like, oh boy, I'm getting old. But yeah, I mean, when I started at Abington in '84, we had 6 district titles in a row there. I think then my 9 years at Lehman, we had 4, and now I'm in my 6th year at Tunkhannock, and we did have a district title in 2013, which was the first district title for Tunkhannock soccer. So that was quite a big milestone for the program, and it was something to build on. And the way our season's going right now is another bonus, and hopefully, like I said, we do well in district playoffs, and you never know what can happen. But high school kids get hurt, and we don't have a very deep soccer team, but they all seem to be listening and playing to the best of their ability, and that's really all you can ask for as a coach.
I'm dating myself, and you're dating yourself. You're saying you're back at Abington back in '84. I graduated in '87. Soccer wasn't even in a sport at Coughlin High School back in '87. So,
yeah.
How did it start for you in bringing soccer along and winning those district championships?
I do recall in the early years, I literally had to spell the word soccer to some people. It wasn't that common, but I actually just got very involved with the Abington Youth Soccer League. That would have been in the late 70s, and I played a little bit in college, not formally for a college, but played some summer soccer, and I went to many week-long coaching schools a while ago, and obviously I follow the game. I referee it. I watch as much as possible on television. I don't play FIFA, the gaming thing, but I'm probably too slow with my reaction time for that. But I can appreciate the skill that goes into the kids that play it, and if it helps them even be tactically aware, that's really good. Yeah, when we were starting out in the early mid-'80s, there weren't too many teams that played. There was growing pains, and teams just kept being added and added and added, and I think now pretty much everybody has a program, almost everybody, and which is good to see. Like I never thought I would see, say, Dunmore having soccer. I didn't think I would ever see Berwick having a soccer program. Those are just two that pop into my head. But now it's doing good, and I think they rearranged the Wyoming Valley League this year, and I do like playing a home and away schedule. With the teams, there are home field advantages to anybody. A lot of teams have turf. We have grass. You got big fields, small fields, long fields, short fields. So there's a advantage there, and then it's just the competitiveness. Maybe you don't win the first time, but we'll get them the second time, and I think that always helps. And the league seems to be fairly competitive as right now, and someday we'll have a promotion relegation like they do in Europe, but that we did have it for a while, and that worked out. Actually, I thought quite well, but for whatever reason they dropped it. But I don't know if they'll ever go back to that, but I think it was one of the years when Lehman, when we got to the state semifinal, I think we were in a very, very tough bracket. Every game was a battle, and you're lucky to win by a goal, and so that it prepared our team for playoffs better than in any other situation.
We go back to Coughlin High School that won a state championship. I happened to be around covering them back then. That was a miraculous run for them, and Mountain View does
Coach
it.
Trevel.
Yep. Yeah, Coach Trevel. Mountain View does it a couple of years ago, but you go down to Harrisburg or Lancaster or Allentown or Philly, and those places have hundreds of kids maybe trying out for the club soccer team, and around here we're trying to put together 10 or 12 just to form a team. And how do you try to get more out of our kids in our area? Because there's some good coaches around here to get more out of our kids and kind of develop soccer as the time goes on. And you're one of those pioneer guys, one of the guys that's put in the time over the years.
Well, I'm I try to get them enthusiastic in a sense of recommending maybe some matches to watch over the weekend, or last year we took a trip. Most of the kids went down to see Penn State play at main campus, give them an idea of what high-level college soccer is like. That's a plus. I'm now actually using Facebook as a little bit of a coaching tool. We posted something yesterday. I think it was Bayern Munich doing a 5v2 warm-up. I would assume it was before one of their matches, and I'm like, this is what you guys, they're playing one touch. This is what, at the highest level, what it looks like. And, so we tried to duplicate that in practice today. Not as successfully, but at least it was, they saw a picture, and then let's see if we can do something similar, and it gives them something to strive for. And I think that, and we try to emphasize goal scoring as a fun activity. We have lots of kids that want to be goalkeepers this year, which is not always the case for a lot of teams, and that gives the kids are a little competitive now for that position. And but we have a very stable, good goalkeeper, and so that also helps your program along. That you have somebody back there you can count on.
But things like adaptations, Mark. I mean, you said you start in the late 70s coaching the game of soccer, 84 at Abington. Here we are in 2016, and you're using stuff like social media, and you're still connecting with kids. And how do you attribute that type of stuff to make those adjustments? Because not everybody's able to do that. Yeah, I mean, I still thankfully they can help me with my cell phone problems. That I have issues with computers, perhaps. We're also now using Huddle for video replay, so the kids can go online and actually watch a match from Friday, let's say, against. Like Dallas we just posted that this morning, so they can,
at their leisure, basically look at something, or how they played. Maybe they'll spot something, or I'll spot something that could be a simple fix. So that's provided through the school district. So that's helping with just the general coaching tools. But yeah, I struggled the other day to try to play back something on the camera, which was about 3 inches long and about, I don't know, an inch and a half wide, with a pop-out screen, and I was like clueless. I'm looking at all these buttons, and I'm like, I remember my first video camera at when I was at Abington that I bought and videotaped, and it was like something that Channel 16 used. The big professional, like you needed a tripod, and the half of a VCR came with you, and a battery that was like the size of a motorcycle battery.
Sure.
to tape 80 minutes. So technology has definitely changed, and for the better. I don't think you're going to see goal line technology at the high school level. It would be nice if our state association allowed referees to use the ref talk, the communication devices, where they can microphone and talk to one another. That would be a big step up. It's going to cost, whether a school decides to purchase it or referee association, it would cost some dollars, but in the long run it could prevent a lot of possible problems, and it helps with game management. So something like that,
And you're still officiating these college matches?
Yeah, I was running a line, let's see, Saturday I did a high school girls varsity in the morning, and then late in the afternoon I ran a line at the Misericordia Messiah match, men. And then Sunday I was at Penn State, Scranton, with another Penn State campus. So I'm still staying as busy, active as I can in officiating, plus coaching duties. And I got to help new referees on Saturday morning, one who was a former player of mine at Lake Lehman. So that's even a positive sign, because not everybody's meant to be a referee. It takes a sort of special personality to be able to listen to abuse, deflect it, and continue on your merry way, and do your best. That's all. That's all you ask for from referees. Do their best.
Yeah.
Try to improve. Like, try to learn from mistakes. And same thing with the kids on the field. You learn from what your mistakes are. So,
Mark, take us through your team this year, as far as from offense to defense, the whole 9 yards, and what this Tiger team's all about for 2016. That has you out to a really nice start in 2016 here as we approach October.
Okay. Well, we let's see. I guess I'll start in probably in the back. That's probably the easiest thing. In goal, Matt Goodwin is a junior. He's doing quite well. He's athletic. He's coachable. He's good in his distribution of distance, so he can sometimes skip getting a ball from playing it to the backs. He's already got it to the forwards, and so that's a big plus. The guys in the back, we have, our outside backs, Mitchell Fowler and Chanson Brown. They've been playing outside backs for quite a number of years now. So they're pretty familiar, consistent with the program. We have basically right now we have a freshman playing in stopper role, Jackson Montross. He's a very smart player who is only just going to get better as he gets older. and Sean Harder is our sweeper. He's also a very athletic type of a kid that has made some critical type saves himself. Preventing a shot, let's say, from the goalkeeper from having a chance to handle the ball. So he's been doing quite well in the back, and we've seemed to have found at least now the right four combination, which is pretty critical. Sometimes I see some of the teams that have, like, let's say, very large size rosters, and it becomes for them it becomes maybe a management problem. You've got so many kids that you're looking at, and you're always thinking, like, did I overlook one, or did I, which pair might work better? And so sometimes having too many kids could be a little bit of a disadvantage. I mean, we're right at 29 players, and it's a pretty good number to work with. Plus a couple more wouldn't have been bad, but teams that are up in the 50s, that's just pretty hard to deal with. But anyway, midfield, you can delete that, whatever you want to do. At midfield, in our center mids, we have a junior, Billy Parabola, very good at winning balls from players, slowing down their attack. I think he might be leading our team in assists right now. His partner, as center mid, Eddie Mellon, is also doing very good distribution and just keeping an attack moving. And then we're outside midfielders. We have Paul DeMarco, who's like a thinking midfielder. He's sort of reads the play as it's developing. Scored a couple of nice goals so far this year. Avery Newhart, another outside midfielder. He sometimes gets thrown up front. And Damon Williams, another senior that very fast, playing either midfield or up front. So they're all pretty much coming together, play pretty well as a unit. And then up front, basically we've been our exchange student Stefan Sika. He's doing quite well, scoring goals, taking on players, creating opportunities for others. Same thing with Drew Tinna. He's also not afraid to go at a player, go to goal. They both have a similar number of assists, and they're quite key in the growth of the scoring part of the game. And there's times when, as a coach, I try to preach take a shot first time, take advantage of that opportunity. But then there's other times when I'm like, I just be quiet, and maybe he beats two players and then scores a goal. So, you got to learn maybe to just be quiet and let them figure it out on the field. And that's something that I've sort of learned over many years is, you can give advice, but the kids on the field have to make the final decision. So that's been a plus for us, and we'll see how the rest of the season progresses.
You still having fun after all these years, Mark? And again, this is the third high school that you're coaching at.
Yeah, this has been a very, actually very fun season. We beat Coughlin, I believe, for the first time in the school's history, which I believe is now in its 30th year. So that's a nice feeling to beat a quality team like Coughlin at their field, which is the Bog, which is not the quality field, but it's a good feeling for the kids in overtime to pull off a win, and then to beat Dallas the other day at our field was by 4 goals. That was a very good a feeling for the kids to, take on another exceptional program and come away like with a convincing win. I think that's like a big plus, and then now being on top of the league for right now, and like I said, none of the soccer kids have ever had that experience. And as I told them today, I said, well, I've been there before as a coach. I said, but this is all new for you guys. So I reminded them a little bit later in practice when we did like some sprints without a ball, and like, hey, we're not finished with our season yet. So let's do some physical activity, and they enjoyed the weekend off. And that's the other thing with a smaller size team, number wise, you've got to watch. Like a day of rest is needed occasionally. They're playing 3 games this week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday on the road. So, you got to be aware of what's going on, physically, mentally with them. And of course, then you have other high school activities mixed in. And then Billy Pabolo has been kicking for a football team, and so he's got additional duties besides the soccer team. So, and I believe he's doing really, really good there. I don't know the exact statistics for him, but I don't think he's missed a whole lot of extra points. And I don't think he's punting, though. I think he's just doing the regular point after touchdowns and field goals, I believe. So, yeah, it's not my sport. So, I coach the other football.
You're doing a heck of a job with the other football over the years,
yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. So, I like, it's good for the morale for everybody if he's doing, a dual purpose. And we've got a bunch of kids that play on the band. So we have conflicts occasionally, little minor things, but so they come late to practice, and they did their band stuff early, and then come over and do soccer. So it all works out in the end. So we're doing pretty good.
Well, keep up the good work, Mark. It was great to kind of catch up with you and see how you've been doing over the decades and talk a little soccer.
Yep.
So continued success for the Tunkhannock area Tigers.
Okay, John. Thank you for having me on the show. All right. Have a good night.
Mark Stroney,
Bye.
the Tunkhannock area Tigers coach here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.